Hey everybody, this is Miss Day. I just wanted to go over with you Module 6. Module 6 is about the art element value. You can see here I've got the Zoom meeting. This is where I will put the video that I'm making right now. Let's go into the overview. So what I want you to understand about the art element value is that it's referring to the lightness and darkness in an artwork. It's the amount of light that is present. It involves highlights and shadows. So light falling on an object, it's what gives it its three-dimensional quality. So we've got more terms like high contrast and low contrast. High contrast is talking about where there's a big difference between black and white. Low contrast is when we're talking about a lot of grays. So I want you to understand that value is what makes something look real and what allows us to see that it's a three-dimensional form. I also want you to understand how our brain function impacts our behavior and our ability to find what we would call flow or the artist's flow. This is a video I'd like for you to watch about the art element value. Then I'd like for you to respond on this Padlet. Just hit the plus sign down in the bottom right hand corner and it will open up a post-it for you, and just make sure you put your name and answer the question. Okay, just click outside the post-it when you're done. If you messed up, you can delete it. If you want to edit, you can hit this little pencil button. After you answer the Padlet about why value is important to art, I want you to go over several of these presentations and some notes. This first one it's in Spanish, but it's very good. If you could go over it and just look at the pictures, I think you'll understand the concepts. We've also got a PDF here for you to look at. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. And there's another one here. This second PDF has a lot of the vocabulary that you'll need for this module. So when we get to 6.4, this is where you're going to create value scales. You're going to practice making different values. So for Art 1, you guys are doing these 5 value scales, which I have the instructions listed right here: shading in pencil, hatching in pen, cross-hatching in pen, or you may do pencil, scumbling in pen, and stippling in pen. There's some videos there to show you how to do the value scales. This is also how to do stippling. Then you'll see Art 2. Art 2 students are going to do the first 5 plus 2 more. And the 2 more for Art 2 students are going to be a gradation or a fade from dark to light. And there's a video down here to help you. And then these are your options. This is just an example to help you see what a value scale looks like, and also how to set up and draw the sphere that you're going to be doing for a major project. These are 2 videos talking about different ways to blend and shade graphite. The first one is about blending stumps. This one is about alternative ways to blend. After you've done your value scales, then I want you to show me that you understand how to apply the value scales. So I want Art 1 students to create this image right here, exactly like this. You're going to do a sphere that's sitting on a surface, and there's a wall in the background. And you can see here, this is the value scale below, so you can see that this image is using all of these value scales. Okay, I've got the steps here to walk you through it. There's also a couple of videos talking about how to do the spheres. I think this one's even in colored pencil. Art 2 students are going to have a total of 3 spheres because I want you guys to do 2 extra. And you can do scumbling and pen, stippling and pen, colored pencil, hatching, or paint if you have paint. And this is a major grade. And that brings us to the holiday card. The holiday card is something that happens every 3 years for high school because it goes to middle school and elementary school the other 2 years. We're on a rotation. So this explains the holiday card project. This explains why we create greeting cards. And there's also a really cool article right here about holidays that are celebrated during the winter months in America. When you start putting your ideas together for your holiday card that you will submit to the district to see if it's chosen to be sent all over Irving, you need to consider some of these ideas. Okay, try to stay with something that is more inclusive, and try to stay away from things that are specific to a certain religion. So we want to include everyone in our holiday card. Same thing with imagery. Make sure that you're not doing a card that's has a nativity scene or a Santa Claus or references directly to religious holidays. Do something more generic, like winter animals, a fireplace, pine trees, or evergreen trees. And once you have some ideas sketched, then you can submit those to me. And I'm asking you for 2 ideas, just pencil and paper, to be submitted. And this is an example of the cards that actually made it to the finalists in 2017. So these are all the cards that were given to the superintendent, all of the artwork that was given to the superintendent for them to go over and choose which card would represent Irving ISD. So you can go through here and look at the different slides. Okay. So remember, don't copy someone else's work, okay? Try to take your 2 ideas and combine them into one, okay? Here's some final artwork reminders. Again, the main thing is check your spelling. Do not copy someone else's work or something directly off the internet. You can't do that. That's copyright infringement and plagiarism. So do not do that. If you find something that inspires you, that's fine, but it needs to be more than half different from what the original image is. So please do your best, because this is going to be representing Irving Independent School District. Here's where you'll submit your image for the holiday card. Now we're back to working on Module 6 and talking about value, the art element value. And I want to for you to explore the idea of how to find your flow. And part of understanding that is to know about the brain. So we're going to look at the 3 basic parts of the brain and their function, and how stress impacts your mind and how to get your mind back online. So you can read this, take a look at this short video, and hopefully you'll start to realize that being in the present moment is a way to get your brain back online and find yourself in a flow state. And we've got a video example here of how art can get you back into that flow state and let everything else melt away and keep you right in the present moment. I want you to analyze how artists are using value in their artwork. So 6.9, I've got several different artwork here for you to review. And you're going to choose one of these images and decide, choose one of these images, and then you're going to take it into this template, and you're going to show me where the highlights and shadows are. I want you to add a circle on the highlight, add a square to the shadow. Tell me what you think is happening in the artwork. And then I want you to describe the mood of the artwork and how the artist using value is helping communicate that mood. And please make sure that you are including at least 5 of these value vocabulary words. Here are the words that I'm looking for. This is your final project for Module 6. Using mindfulness to create a drawing. What I would like for you to do is to review this slideshow, choose a project. You're going to create thumbnail sketches, and keep in mind that this could be the artwork that we send to the vase competition. I'd like the project to be larger than 8 by 10, so try to work on a bigger scale so you have more room to explore the different values. There are lots of options here, and there's also lots of examples. Here's an example for option 1. There's several examples for option 2. They're all creating abstract art using line and value. I can create an abstract artwork using various mark making techniques to create a wide range of values. So I want you to use an artwork creating some of the techniques that we have practiced. So hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, or scumbling. And remember that value is what makes something have dimension, but it also can give it an expressive quality. The mark making of adding these value techniques can give it an expressive quality. Please keep these in mind as well, that to be successful you need to have a strong composition. I have the composition PowerPoint below for you to review. This is an abstract work of art, so it's not going to be like a recognizable portrait of someone, okay, or a picture of something. Use the mark making techniques that we discussed up here above, and make sure you have a wide range of values. You need to use as many values as you can, and of course craftsmanship, and hang on to your sketches because I would like for some of these to go to vase. And that should be the end, yes, the end of Module 6. All right, thank you, good luck.